In the sanctuary of Monte Berico, right in correspondence with the small atrium that leads to the ancient refectory of the friars. Two small terraces open on the right with a spectacular view of the Valletta del Silenzio up to Villa La Rotonda. It seems incredible, but the two panoramic terraces have been real crime scenes on various occasions. To use a term now widely used in crime news, there is nothing written. But for more than a century the story of Giovanni Cazzola, a policeman who escaped death at the hands of the Madonna of Monte Berico, has been handed down orally. It all began when an elderly gentleman introduces himself to a friar of the sanctuary and tells his story. Many years earlier, the man had been a policeman and, during a visit to Monte Berico, he recognized a criminal who had been wanted by justice for some time. He immediately chases him, but the fugitive takes refuge in the church, crosses it completely and exits through the door of the sacristy. There is a general commotion, people scream and flee in terror. The wanted man continues his escape, passes the ancient refectory and continues towards the terrace overlooking the Valletta del Silenzio. And here the tragedy takes place. It is not known what went through his mind. Perhaps he did not think that a 10 to 12 meter jump into the void opened under his feet, or perhaps he was convinced that it was better to die than to be caught by the police. The fact is that the criminal does not think twice. He opens the window, climbs over the railing and throws himself into the void. Madness in madness. The policeman follows him in the jump. Perhaps to try to save him, or because he thought he could survive and escape from him again. As he falls, Giovanni Cazzola invokes the Holy Mary and she appears to him, and takes him by the hand and gently lays him on the grass. The policeman comes out unharmed, while the criminal dies instantly. The whole story is cleverly summarized in the title The Jump of the Cop and published in 1927 in the Sanctuary newspaper. One thing is certain, more than one person fell from that terrace, more or less accidentally. There is a part of the sanctuary of Monte Berico that almost no one knows about, the Ex Voto Museum. It is a collection of testimonies preserved by the servants of Mary from the 15th century to today, small or large paintings commissioned following the receipt of a grace. One of the most significant is the painting representing Alessandro Gabatti, who fell from the balcony of the convent. It was February 26, 1695 when a child accidentally falls from the terrace. At the bottom right you can see the parents begging for the intervention of Holy Mary, while right above Alexander, represented upside down during the fall, the Virgin appears. The boy will be saved, and the parents, quite wealthy judging by the clothes and the size of the painting, commission the work as a sign of thanks. It was February 25, 1695 and, on the day of Santa Costanza, the strongest earthquake in the history of Veneto occurred. The most destructive event reported in the Treviso province for 326 years now. Shortly before sunrise, the Veneto was shaken by this natural disaster. The epicenter was located in Oslo and, despite the violence of the quake, there were very few victims in the city. From that moment it was decided to organize a procession in Monte Berico on February 25 of each year as a sign of thanks for the protection of the Madonna on people from Vicenza. The earthquake of February 25, 1695 left traces of itself, not only due to the collapse of the earth under the feet of the population but also in the collective memory. The Treviso barber Zoan Mestriner wrote a diary of the events, as well as anonymous Veronese other authors of graffiti on a fresco in the Basilica of Zeno in Verona and in numerous commemorative epigraphs. on 25th of February of each year. The anniversary of the protection granted by God to the city of Vicenza occurs, through the intercession of the Madonna di Monte Berico, when the diocese and the citizens committed themselves by public vote to commemorate that event every year, gathering in prayer.